Take it as divine providence that every midsize pickup truck in the market is brand new at the same moment. Within the last year, new generations of the Toyota Tacoma, Ford Ranger, and Chevrolet Colorado have all been introduced. It's time to line up these vehicles and compare their early specs, since this segment used to be full of dull old metal for a very long period. Answer: let's check how they match up. Powertrain. An 8-speed automatic transmission is paired with a turbocharged 2.4-liter inline-four gas engine in the base Tacoma SR, which produces 228 horsepower and 243 pound-feet of torque. The engine output rises to 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet when upgrading to additional trims. However, choosing the 6-speed manual transmission reduces those numbers to 270 and 310, respectively. With a 2.4-liter hybrid powertrain, buyers can electrify themselves as well, increasing output to 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet. 3 different engine choices are available for the Chevy Colorado, all of which are based on a 2.7-liter i4 turbocharged engine and an 8-speed automated transmission. The Turbo Plus version increases those numbers to 310 and 390 from the original configuration's 237 horsepower and 259 pound-feet. With the help of software, the Turbo HO, high output, powertrain, which is standard on ZR2 and available elsewhere, can increase torque to 430 pound-feet. 2 non-Raptor powertrain choices for the 2024 Ford Ranger are offered, and both pair with a 10-speed automatic transmission. When you choose the more powerful 2.7-liter V6 engine, you'll get 315 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque instead of the base turbocharged 2.3-liter i4's 270 horsepower and 310 pound-feet. A 3.0-liter V6 engine producing 405 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque powers the tougher Ranger Raptor, which is even more hulking. Hauling and towing. This will not be the last time we mention that Toyota has not yet released the complete list of specifications for the 2024 Tacoma. The non-base 2.4-liter can tow up to 6,500 pounds, with the 2.4-liter hybrid coming in right behind at 6,000 pounds, though we don't yet know the towing and payload capacities for the entire lineup. The hybrid's payload of 1,709 pounds is the only one that is known. The Colorado from Chevrolet can haul more, however can tow a little more. Nearly every trim has a towing capacity of up to 7,700 pounds, however the base WT and LT trims need upgrades to do so. The ZR2 only achieves 6,000 pounds, the same as the Tacoma hybrid. Colorados in the WT and LT trims can tow up to 1,684 pounds, while Z71 and Trail Boss models can tow up to 1,587 pounds. As it can only manage 1,151 pounds out back, the ZR2 is obviously not designed for hauling as much. Despite the Ford Ranger's capability being divided up by drivetrain, the story is essentially the same. Both 2- and 4-wheel drive variations have a towing capacity of 7,500 pounds, with 4x2 versions towing 1,805 pounds and 4x4 models towing just under that at 1,711. A max towing weight of 5,510 pounds and a payload capacity of 1,411 pounds distinguish the Ranger Raptor as being a little less powerful. Brakes and suspension. New suspension components are everywhere in the 2024 Tacoma's lineup. Other trims have a multi-link suspension in place of the leaf springs that are still used in the rear on SR, SR5 Extra Cab, and TRD pre-runner models. Different classes use various shocks. Trailhunter uses ARB's Old Man Emu monotube shocks, TRD Off-Road uses Bilstein monotubes with remote reservoirs, and TRD Pro uses Fox adjustable internal bypass shocks. The limited version includes Toyota's adaptive dampers if you want extra on-road comfort. On the Colorado, life is somewhat easier. Twin-tube shocks with leaf springs at the back are standard on non-ZR2 models. The Multimatic DSSV dampers are an improvement for the ZR2 as before. That's all there is. Lovely and simple. It is not more complicated than the Ford Ranger. Rear leaf springs and outboard shocks are standard on all versions. When it comes to the rear suspension, the Ranger Raptor does away with the leaf springs in favor of a Watts-style design with trailing arms and a coilover setup with adjustable Fox live valve dampers. 4-wheel disc brakes are now a requirement for all 3 vehicles. Off-road. Toyota has only released the Tacoma TRD Pro's off-road specific features, and it's unclear when information for the other models will be released. The TRD Pro has a ground clearance of 9.5 inches and a running ground clearance of 11 inches. It also has an approach angle of 33.8 degrees, a breakover angle of 23.5 degrees, and a departure angle of 25.7 degrees. The Colorado's ground clearance ranges from 7.9 inches, WT, LT, to 9.5 inches, Trail Boss, going up to 10.7 inches on the ZR2. The Z71 delivers 29.1 degree approach, 19.5 degree breakover, and 22.3 degree departure angles. The Trail Boss is somewhat better at 30.5, 21, and 22.4 degrees, respectively. The ZR2 is undoubtedly the king of the trims with an approach angle of a substantial 38.3 degrees, a breakover angle of 24.6 degrees, and a departure angle of 25.1 degrees. Ford also employs running ground clearance, which on rear-drive models is 8.8 inches, on four-wheel drive models it is 9.3 inches, and on the Raptor it is 10.7 inches. In 4x4 form, Ranger's approach, breakover, and departure angles increase to 30.2 degrees, 23 degrees, and 25.8 degrees, respectively, from their standard 29.2 degrees, 21.8 degrees, and 25.1 degrees in 4x2 form. Though the most aggressive Ranger boasts a 33.0 degree approach, 24.2 degree breakover, and 26.4 degree departure, the Raptor has them both beat. Size and weight. The Taco is available in 2-door and 4-door versions, with the former having a bed that is 6 feet long and the latter having a bed that is either 5 or 6 feet long. The only beds offered by Chevy are 5 feet 2 inches long for the Colorado and 5 feet even for the Ranger. Toyota hasn't yet provided us with many dimensions, but we do have a handful, and both Chevy and Ford have a ton of dimensions accessible. The Colorado's 131.4-inch spread is somewhat longer than the Ranger's 128.7-inch wheelbase, but the Tacoma surpasses them both with 131.9 inches. Of the three, Colorado is the tallest. The Ranger and Colorado have approximately equal headroom and rear legroom inside. Toyota won't disclose any interior specifications. The manufacturer estimates for the Colorado range from 4,716 to 4,971 pounds, while those for the Ranger range from 4,203 to 4,415 pounds. Though the Colorado ZR2 weighs 5,298 pounds compared to the Ranger Raptor's 5,325, the off-road versions are fairly close. Waiting will be required before learning the Tacoma's fate. Tech. Lower-grade Toyota Tacoma models will have an infotainment screen that measures 8 inches and a 7-inch gauge cluster in 2024. Higher-grade models will have a center touchscreen that measures 14 inches and a 12.3-inch digital gauge display. There is wireless smartphone mirroring available, and there are 3 USB-C ports in the front row with the option of adding additional for passengers in the back. Keyless start is common, and certain systems can use a fully digital key when the connected car subscription is enabled. With an 8-inch digital gauge cluster and a 10.1-inch central display as standard, each of which grows to a respective 12.4 inches, the Ranger's technological capabilities are a little bit more advanced on base models. Every model of Chevrolet now comes with the same 11.3-inch infotainment touchscreen with wireless smartphone mirroring, which helps to democratize technology a little more. Pricing. Price details are still scarce because all 3 cars are brand new and only one is really for sale at this time. As it won't go on sale until later this year, the Tacoma's price won't probably be revealed for some time. The Raptor is somewhat more expensive at $58,555 than the base 2024 Ranger XL, which costs $35,755. Nevertheless, Colorado's prices are previously known. The price of a base 2-wheel drive Colorado WT is $30,695, while the price of the 2-wheel drive LT is $33,095. The Z71 costs $41,395 and costs $38,495 when you upgrade to the Trail Boss, which is a bigger, more powerful truck. In comparison to the Ranger Raptor, the top-of-the-line ZR2 is available for $48,295, a rather good deal. Answer: which truck do you think will you pick? Tacoma, Chevy Colorado, or the Ford Ranger? Let us know in the comment box below. And if you've watched up to this point, thank you so much. For more videos about EVs, Toyota, Tesla, Ford, and the most recent auto news, please consider subscribing to Tech Addicts.